This is your Solana Daily Debrief. It's the 2nd of May. Prices are kind of going up, kind of going down. We'll cover that quickly. Lots of news on Drift, some news on Drip, and there's plenty more opportunities in the market, so let's dive in. So having a look at Bitcoin, we can see it's not doing terribly healthy. It's up 1%. Solana, on the other hand, is up 10% over the last day, and Ethereum's up just slightly. So the market is hanging on. Now, of course, every trader sees things differently. Sane Pump says 53K is still on the table as long as Bitcoin stays under 59.5K. And then 110 would be a gift on Sol at this point. Trader Cos has a different view, reclaim 59 to 60K, and I'll be more confident the local bottom is in. So he's a little bit more bullish. Trader Fred, he's just more referring to the fact that this is not the time that he's going to be taking any profits. I will take partial profits once Bitcoin taps 100K all the way up to 180 to 220. I definitely didn't think and don't think that it's going to go that high, but who knows? Looking at some old news, we can see that Joe McCann says going all the way back to 2021, when Sol BTC closed more than 10% in a single day, following day was green over 90% of the time, and nearly 100% when the daily candle was a long or short-term bottom. Just closed Wednesday at 10.64% and it bottomed. What does it realistically mean? It means that Sol versus BTC should be going up. Curb's plan for world domination and of course higher Sol prices remains unchanged. Now actual Solana news. So the Super Team DAO ecosystem call is back today, 2 p.m. I will not be attending, I'll be way too busy, but it's really worthwhile to actually watch these things. There's so much alpha packed into them. This link will be below. Put in your email down here, register, and you're good to go. Now, right now, there's quite a bit of attention on Drift, as there should be. They've done their token kind of allocation. I think it was a lot more than what people were expecting. So they kind of did quite a good job on that, but more on that in a second. If you want to get some alpha on this, make sure you jump into the ecosystem call because David Liu, the co-founder of Drift, he'll be talking about what is coming to Drift. And then also, if you haven't already done so, go and check out the Drift eligibility checker. There's so much information on all of this, so I'm just going to cover it really quickly. However, keep in mind that if you just open up your Phantom wallet, it will tell you which wallets are eligible. So good, just so helpful. Or if you have a lot of wallets, just go and use Z's SolWorks airdrop checker, just airdropped.link. Beautiful domain name, takes you straight there. Welcome to the future of Drift. What is Drift? This is at drift.foundation. They've set up a foundation similar to Tensor and Camino and a lot of projects, to be honest, just to keep that degree of separation between the two. Cindy is a co-founder at Drift Protocol, and she's put out a big blurb here. What's next? We'd love feedback from you. Drift is a complex ecosystem. If you feel that you've done something, I will go and add some stuff there. However, I don't think I'm gonna be thanked in any way. I've made plenty of stuff covering Drift, but we'll see how we go. If you've made some stuff on Drift or if you've helped them in some way, go put in a little application and see how you go. And if you want to see the eligibility criteria before you go annoy people in Discord and asking, where are all my extra tokens? Then just go to drift.trade right here, go through everything, and then hopefully you'll get a good idea. Now, if we actually have a look at Whales Market to see what these were trading like beforehand, we can see that this is Drift, the actual token, not the point, but it was trading at like $1.36. Maybe that's as far back as we can go. And then it's come all the way down. It actually went low on that. It went down to like 25 cents and now it's up to 35 cents. So we're still in this period where people that are buying these tokens earlier, they're paying a decent premium. I'd have to scroll back quite some time to find this. Another thing is if I show you the point system, because the point system ended up giving you a lot more tokens. So like, let's say you had like 12 points, maybe you then got 1,000 tokens or something like that. If you look at the actual point system, then this was significantly larger. If you sold these points back here, you're at $5 and then you're at like almost $4 and then boom, straight down. However, I'm not bearish on that. I actually don't know what Drift token's actually going to do, but Drift is a leading perps DEX on Solana for sure. Next up, we've got some dupe news. So, Planetary Core, this went through yesterday. There'll be some clips up before 3 p.m. on the dupe channel. They're being worked on now. And then you need to go and start voting. So go and vote and work it out. Now, there's going to be a lot of people here that will say things like, that's too much, whatever, we should pay less. Actually, I'm saying there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be very few people. There will be a vocal minority. they can think that. You can think that if that's you. The reality is, if you pay a small amount, you don't bring in the best talent. It's just the reality. Also, these are for very short terms. There's an allocation of money. You need to use this money to create this massive effect and make dupe just the center of crypto, essentially. And that's where the money has to go. So I'll be voting yes on everything. That's what I'll be doing. Flexlend has rebranded to Lulo. Lulo was like the parent company, and now they've gone and changed up a few things. And now they are not Flexlend, they're Lulo. Lulo initially had a peer-to-peer system where you go and do a loan. It didn't really take off, and they decided to create Flexlend, which has a major product market fit. Now, however, they've rebranded back to Lulo. So cool, I like Lulo, nice and easy to remember. All you have to know is Flexlend is now Lulo, and if you used it, maybe you got some drift tokens. Just by getting your USDC into drift, you may be eligible for 200 drift times 35 cents. Also, my bad, let's just quickly go back to drift. I didn't mention it, but Cindy has mentioned that there's a 6-hour bonus claim at TGE. So in other words, if you do not claim the tokens for the first 6 hours, I do expect the price could go down, in which case you can go and pre-sell those tokens at Whales Market if you like, because you've got 24 hours to actually give the tokens over if you think the price will go down. I think based on the news, just the general market conditions, price will probably go a little bit lower than what it is right now at 35 cents. But I could be wrong. One thing is you get twice as many tokens if you don't claim the tokens. That way, you just have to wait 6 hours, you get more tokens, and this is an incentive to try and get people just to relax a little bit, let the bots go and do silly stuff, and then they can go in and freely buy, freely trade. So keep that in mind. I think that's a pretty good idea. It's novel. I don't know if it's ever been done before. So we'll find out if it worked or didn't work after the fact. And we actually don't have a launch date for the token at present. Maybe they'll announce it today in the Super Team Solana ecosystem call. I mentioned this the other day, deBridge Finance. You can go and grab a glob. Glob you grab from Drip, and then you use this deBridge glob thing. You go and bridge, and then you can potentially get more points, and then you fill out a form, and you can win 1,000 USDC. Jito is going crazy. 10 million SOL is now staked with Jito. Remember to stake your SOL, and of course, stake it with validator.com. Also, there's $1 million per day in JitoSOL validated tips. Over 10 million SOL in TVL and continuing to grow. And Austin believes that Jito is a giant in the making. A quick update here from Zeus. Personally, I feel with Zeus, it's hard to keep up to date with what they're actually doing, because there always tend to be like decent amounts of information, not just a nice little summary. Either way, they're making progress. The Zeus program library, ZPL, is a set of programs that revolutionize how you engage with Bitcoin assets on Solana and the shipping stuff. I'll get a researcher on this, they can give me a good TLDR, and then I'll give it to you. Solsniper apparently did something which they shouldn't have done. They've kind of explained it in a way that they didn't really do anything, and I don't really know if they did. However, kind of feel like maybe they did. The project explained to us they were launching with another launchpad, and we had left it at that. Our brand ambassadors were excited about their project and interacted with tweets with them, which ended up being trees on Sol. And I don't know about trees on Sol, but there was like a trees NFT project, Crypto Trunks on Ethereum back in 2021. Maybe it had like a similar vibe. Anyway, I have a feeling that they just rugged. So maybe a decent amount of money was sent and they rugged. This is also crazy. A hard cap at 5,000 SOL. Anyway, Zach says the one reason this meme coin pre-sale raised so much SOL was because you and your army of D-tier affiliated influencers promoted the rug. Funny how you make this disclaimer after they rug. Pack that bag. Big W. Catch me on Lorex mode with this one. Yeah. So, to be honest, Solsniper, they messed up. And you know what? Let's have a quick look at Bird Eye. And let's just work out. Let's see if we can find them and what happened to trees. Could be this one. Trees on Sol. The creator of this token is holding a large portion of token supply. Okay. Could be this one. I have no idea. I'm just going to skip it. Not worth the time. The thing is, you can go and play with these meme coins, but just expect that you're going to be burnt quite often. It's normally not plus EV. Normally you will lose every now and then. A whiff comes along, a bonk comes along, but they are rare. Drip may droplet rewards, so they've changed their system here. With Drip, you have to use droplets in order to claim the CNFTs. You can either log in 4 times a day and get a small amount like 6, 7 or something like that. We can go and buy some. I've personally gone and bought some and I'm cool with buying them. I don't mind. I'm not going to spend a crazy amount, maybe a couple $100 every few months. And I'll go and collect some cool art, support some artists, help grow the space. This is what has to happen in order to bring more people into crypto. You need to get out there, bring people in by kind of giving away some of your soul, essentially. In reality, it's probably going to be a safer bet for the average investor to just DCA into SOL. Of course, stake it with validator.com, and that's basically it. However, you can see so many situations where if nothing else is really happening on the chain, if no bigger whales are going in, buying things, supporting things, such as Sol Big Brain, and there's plenty of others to be honest, then none of these things really grow. Anyway, that was a massive tangent, I apologize. Win 1,000 prizes worth 50k, get tickets with every droplets purchase in the month of May. The more you spend, the more tickets you earn, the more chances you have at winning one of the 1,000+ prizes. Whole lot of win, some s'mores, Lambo Space Princess, I think that's what it's called, USDC, more droplets, and ultimates, and more. It's on my list to do an updated tutorial on drip. I'm really trying. I'll get there as soon as I can. Orphans, if you have an orphan, part of the Barrows community, then Ham Water, which I think is a crazy name for a meme coin. I think it was created by the Crypto Asian. Jump into Discord and you might get some Ham Water. Maybe that's tomorrow. If you're into real estate trading, there's a whole lot of points in the prize pool and Parcl rewards as well. The May trading contest is now live. Now, Greed is scheduled to launch today. I will be getting some. I'll probably be going all in, to be honest, with like 10 SOL. I said I wouldn't, but I will. Meme coins is something I'm actually not good at, but I think this is a worthy experiment. And when you see things like trees on SOL, I don't know what they raised, but they just rugged. Like, let's just try and promote a better way of doing things. That's what I kind of think. Not financial advice. Do whatever's going to make you money sometimes, as long as it's honest. Okay, so you need to know there's 2 transactions here, and you're going to need a little bit of extra SOL to process your transactions. Remember, the minimum deposit is 1 SOL, slider goes up to 10. You need that additional SOL as well. You can only deposit once. You'll get frozen tickets confirming the deposited SOL amount. And how this is scheduled to work. So most token pre-sales end up looking like rugs. Mainly they are. The main issue is usually no cap on the raised amount, often not even an enforced short-time window. This leads to every interested buyer to buy during pre-sale and leaves little to no secondary demand. Pre-sales often lack transparency, leaving investors with blind trust in a single anonymous person like Soltrees making good on their funds. The real Greed is here to show that you can do a way better way with your SOL. Our smart contract ensures no funds can be withdrawn, not even by me, with a short deposit window and a low raise cap. We will build sustained interest. We will leverage participants' Twitter accounts to generate the biggest hype after the deposits are closed, not before. Anyone lucky enough to deposit in time will get more SOL than they put in. That is his thesis. Warm up those fast fingers for the launch today. We've got some news from deGods. deGods and Utes can now be bridged back over from Ethereum to Solana. Who's paying for the gas? That's the big question. Frank apologizes for his sins and appreciates your forgiveness. But of course, you have the option to not welcome them back. All I can hope is to be a force for good and earn your respect back. That is, of course, until Sui is the next hot spot. Nah, I joke. I'm sure they'll be on Solana forever now. Just a reminder, Rainfi in their OG phase is on its final stretch. Check it out. Go and grab some droplets. And another reminder, you can go and grab yourself the Degenerate Ape comic. I mentioned it yesterday. It's still minting. And there's quite a few bonuses. So there's actually 5 of these here. I've only grabbed thus far, I think this one, this one, this one. So I still need to grab this one and this one. This is a legendary. So this is very, very rare. This is a common, but I actually really like this. Epic, I really like. These are my 2 favorite. And then everyone will be airdropped one of these. And then there's one lucky supporter will win this Degenerate Ape. And there's a few other perks as well. The cost is basically $25. And thus far, 859 have been minted, and you can see I've minted 17. Trying to get that legendary hasn't happened yet. Quickly now, the actionables. Greed deposits start at 5 PM UTC. Limited and first come, first served. I've been transparent. I will be putting in 10 SOL if I can, if I don't get beaten. And I will be setting a reminder, an actual alarm on my phone. Also, they could postpone. We don't. Attend the ecosystem call, the Solana ecosystem call at 2 PM UTC. Dupe vote starts at 3. I'll be voting yes. That's my opinion. You vote what you think is best. You can go and catch all the research. Just go to dupe.ag, go to the station, navigate from there. Claim deBridge's glob on drip and do the quests. Do a little bit of bridging 5 times. You could win $1,000. The DAA comic is still minting. Go and grab some. And check your drift allocation. That's all for today. Stay curious. Catch you tomorrow.